Welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack podcast. As always, we're joined by Big Mo, Trent, and myself. Hey, if you have not yet subscribed to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel, not sure what you're waiting for, it is free and it only takes a half a second. You just click subscribe. Again, it's free for you, but it helps us a ton, helps us grow our channel, triggers that algorithm to get our content out to more people. Couple announcements. Last week of the Prop Bet Pete show came out yesterday. We're done with the Prop Bet Pete show for the regular season. We will continue on with the NFL Pick show. If you have not watched the last episode that came out yesterday, go back and watch that so you can see who won. We will continue the NFL Pick show throughout the playoffs, and Prop Bet Pete will, if he's got any props he likes in the playoff games, he will share those props with us. So that will continue on through the Super Bowl. Get another pretty cool announcement for you guys. We'll hold off to the end of the episode to talk about that a little bit. Trent, I got a chance to watch your team play Friday night.
Yep.
One of the highest scoring high school basketball games I've seen in a while. Uh, Typically these days you don't see scores that high. You guys won 70 to 64. Typically scores these days are in the 40s and 50s. So you guys put a bunch of points up on the board. Shot the ball pretty well. Again, that's the first time I've seen you guys play this year. Is that something you guys normally do? You guys usually shoot the ball that well?
Um, I think it was just getting it from other people, and then when big fella can hit a couple, then it just makes it more difficult to guard us. I think so. If big dude can hit a couple, then we can get rolling a little bit. But I think we got some help from a couple other guys that kind of
Yeah.
sparked the whole shooting frenzy that kind of happened in the second half. But I would say we're probably just an average 3-point shooting team,
Okay.
but if we can
Yeah,
get it going, it's
you
pretty
guys
productive.
you guys got one of the better players in our area here in West Michigan. So yeah, it's nice to, and he had a good game himself, but obviously if you can get some contributions from some other guys, that helps a ton.
Yeah, our three combined for 59 of 70. So that was pretty good
Yeah.
with the point guard and then BJ and then the bigger kid.
Um, and Big Mo, you guys got a big 40-point win yesterday. Big Mo's assistant coach at Hope College Division III school here in our area. Big win yesterday for you guys. Won by what, 40?
Yeah. Put it all together. It's always nice, right?
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
40 is a
Um,
lot.
it's but you make shots. Combination of I got my lights falling down here. I got all sorts of craziness happening over here. Jeez, Pete. No, good. Yeah. You get when you get a score like that, it's usually you play well, the other team doesn't play well. You know, so 2-0 in the league, so we're trending in the right direction.
All right. And what do you guys got coming up this week?
Looking ahead, one game. We got Kalamazoo on Wednesday.
Traveling down south, or are they
We
coming
are
to?
traveling down to the zoo.
It's always nice on a Wednesday night, nice snowy Wednesday night to head down there.
Yeah. I always enjoyed playing there, so
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty nice gym.
It is. It's a unique gym, isn't it?
Yeah, when they close off the one side with a curtain and the other side is nothing behind the basket, so it's a shooter's gym. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, I always had fun traveling down there, playing against their coach Joe Hacklin, who's a legend in the MIAA
Yeah, he
for
is.
some of his antics. So
Yeah, he was there. He was there for quite a while. Also now kind of been retired for quite a while as well.
yeah, yes,
All right, fellas, what a weekend. We got we still have more football yet today. We're recording this on Sunday. We got more football tomorrow. Tomorrow will conclude 5 straight days of playoff football, combining college football and NFL. Let's start with the college football. We had Thursday night, Notre Dame, Penn State. Um, I think was Notre Dame like a 2.5 point favorite, maybe
Sounds about right.
something like that. They ended up winning 27-24. Um, so Notre Dame now advances on to the championship game. Any thoughts on that game? Did you guys watch that game?
I caught the second half of the game, which I
Yeah.
think was the better half.
Yes, definitely.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I think it was a battle of the defenses and whoever could just put the ball in the end zone at that point. But yeah, I think the second half was pretty good. It made for a good game at the end. So I think whoever came out of that, they have their hands full. So
Yeah, we'll get to your Buckeyes here in a minute, Trent. Big Mo, any thoughts on Notre Dame? Looking at the box score right now, it looks like Drew Aller, not a great game. 12 out of 23, just 135 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Tough to win when your quarterback has that stat line.
Yeah, I
Although,
think that Penn State got away from the running game. I thought in the second half, which probably hurt him a little bit. Probably relied on Aller a little too much. Obviously, the last pick was the huge one.
yeah,
He throws that away, and then you go to OT probably. So, um, you know, I was trying to think of this. Probably the two most hated teams, at least the the Notre Dame Irish and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And I
yeah,
got to watch that crap on national for the national championship.
yes, you do.
yeah.
And
Well,
I can't stand the Irish. I do like their coach. I think Freeman does a great job. So I like the things they do. I just can't stand the Irish um, of Notre Dame. I do like Irish people.
As a whole, the Irish.
Don't want to get out. Don't want to get canceled out here.
No,
Um,
it's crazy that in this day and age, though, if you say something like that, yeah, you got to
uh,
follow it up because it's
uh,
not like
uh,
obviously you're talking about
I've got
Notre
some
Dame.
Irish in me, so I do. I mean, we're
Just to
talking about
clarify.
The Notre Dame Irish. Um, Personal reasons can't stand them. Obviously, if I'm a Michigan fan, you can't stand Ohio State. Um, so I don't know who I'm going to root for on the championship game, but I thought I was really hoping Penn State would come through and I thought they looked like the better team. I just don't know why they got away from the running game.
Yeah,
And
and the pick.
Riley Leonard not great either. He had two interceptions himself. But yeah, Big Mo as a Michigan fan, and the Michigan Notre Dame rivalry is on a pause now and has been now for several years. But I mean, out. I would say obviously Ohio State's the biggest rival for our Wolverines, but I would put Notre Dame number two. I would put them ahead of Michigan State. Not right now because that series is stopped.
Yeah.
Just because, Michigan and Notre Dame, two of the more
I think
best. Pro-
the better games will always come against like Notre Dame,
Yeah,
right? Compared
yeah,
to maybe the Sparties are up and down a little bit.
yeah,
Obviously, you're still got still the Sparty Michigan rivalry still can be when it's two good teams, it's pretty fun. But
yeah.
I will say, like growing up, being a Michigan fan, you just despised Notre Dame and the Buckeyes
So they
Yeah.
used to play a lot.
Every
When they
year.
played.
every year.
Yeah, every year it was a huge rivalry. It'd always be the cool thing about it too is it'd always be one of the first few games of the season too.
Yeah,
Before they got into playing their conference games.
Well,
So
one team.
yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah,
true.
true.
Notre Dame's still not in a conference. And speaking of Notre Dame not being a conference, so because they're not in a conference, as we know, they're not eligible to have a bye in the first round because those go to the four of the best of the five major conference champions. I don't think I like that. I think, hey, if if you're gonna say I, either how do I want to put this? I feel like Notre Dame, either you're going to allow Notre Dame to not be in a conference, then they should be eligible for any of the seeds. Or if you're going to make that rule, then they're going to have to be in a conference.
I think they should have to be in a conference anyways, because I don't know why they can compete for like if they're going to make conference championships worthless, then they might as well just get rid of that in general as a whole
Yeah,
versus
yeah. I mean,
playing nobody really all year and then
right.
yeah, it's a weird thing, and they collect all that money. They
What's
don't
that?
have to,
They get 50 million.
yeah, they get like all this money that they don't have to split or share with anybody
Yeah.
because they're not in a conference.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But good for them.
All right, and then yeah, Trent, your Buckeyes going to the championship game. Like I said, Friday night you had a game. I was at your game. Did catch the second half. That's when, um, actually, it was kind of more towards the end of the game when Ohio State finally took the two touchdown lead. It was close game the whole way, low scoring game. Buckeyes end up getting two TDs. Were both of those last two TDs in the fourth? I think they were, weren't they?
Jack Sawyer had the big one
Yeah.
with the strip sack,
Yes.
and then the other one, yeah, because Judkins scored.
Yeah.
After I think they answered their score.
Yeah, so congratulations, Trent. You're
Yeah,
going to
thank
the championship game.
pretty sweet.
It would have been cool that if Penn State won, though, to have two Big Ten teams in the national championship game.
Yeah, it would have been a good for the it would have been great for the Big Ten for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably would have been not as exciting for the rest of the
Yeah,
college football to watch two Big Ten teams play.
true. But then like non Big Ten fans, I guess like we watch SEC championships
True.
prior, so I guess kind of taste their own medicine a little bit. But now it's even playing fields. Now you don't see those
Yeah.
like Bama and Georgia. It's pretty even now.
Not a single SEC team in the semifinals. So, and you got um, well, sorry, I take that back. Texas is
Oh,
in the SEC now. I keep forgetting they're in the SEC now.
yeah,
Yeah,
You did have one SEC team.
what was the overall? Wasn't it like 1-5 or Big Ten was like 5-1
Yeah.
against the SEC in bowl games?
Right.
yep,
So maybe there's a little bit of a shift, or at least things are even now. So
yeah. It's definitely even.
Well, hey, so Ohio State is an 8.5 point favorite in that game. That's a huge line for a championship game. That kind of sucks. But what do you think in Ohio State? You guys think Ohio State's going to win? Can they cover both?
Both.
Win and cover, Trent?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just the route that I feel like the Texas game was pretty much the championship in a way because I feel like whoever won that game was going to win the championship. And Notre Dame's offense struggles a little bit, and Ohio State's defense is pretty good. And we know what their offense can do. They were pretty solid. Will Howard, the turf monster, caught him on that that fourth down run. I was like, oh, he's gone. And then he
Oh,
tripped himself. I was like, oh, shoot. All right. Well, but
yeah. I
yeah, I
mean,
think that's a change. I thought that was like the big game to see who would
I honestly thought it was the game before against Oregon, to be honest.
Oregon.
I would take Oregon over Texas.
Yeah.
Big Mo, 8.5. Do you like Ohio State to win and cover? Or just win? Or
yeah, I
neither?
mean, I don't know. I think what did my Ohio State Texas score? I don't know what I picked. I thought it was going to be a 2 or 3 score win
Yeah,
for
you
the
did.
guys.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think Notre Dame's offense can will be able to keep up with Ohio State. So I would say I'd go Ohio State by 10 at least.
Yeah. Yeah. And that game is what, next Monday night, I think?
Yeah, I believe so. The 20th.
Yeah, it's on the 20th. Yes. Yeah, big day. Big day on the 20th. All right, NFL. NFL, we had two games yesterday. Right now, as we're recording, Broncos and Bills are at halftime. Broncos got a touchdown on their first possession to go up 7-0. They were looking good. Then Buffalo came back with a field goal and a touchdown just before the half to take a 3 point lead. I'm really, I said I'd like to see the Lions somehow play the Bucks in the playoffs and play the Bills in the Super Bowl to revenge both our regular season losses. But I'll tell you what, I would much rather see, on the other hand, I'd much rather see the better teams go down in defeat. And I would love to see the Broncos knock off the Bills. And I think they've got a chance, even though they're on the road.
Yeah, pretty good first half for them. Scoring right away changes how they look at it as well. It's not like they're grinding, having to try to score some points, but seems like I didn't even turn it on yet and they already scored. So that
Yeah,
was
it was right away, first drive.
big start for them. But yeah, we'll see how the second half goes. At least they're in it. It's not a blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the Broncos. I don't think the Bills lose at home here, but
Okay.
always look forward to a quality game. So hopefully it's close down the stretch here.
And then yesterday, big surprise in my opinion. Chargers 3-point favorite. Not that that was a big line in there going on the road, but I was really on the Chargers. They lost 32-12 to the Texans. CJ Stroud played a pretty good game. Justin Herbert, on the other hand, not so much.
Seems like he got pressured a lot and then he started seeing some ghosts. But it seems like every time I would look up, they were like chasing him around and
Oh yeah.
it
I
seemed like
thought
he was
their
running for his
defense,
life.
the Texans defense was pretty outstanding, and then the game was kind of crazy if you watched it. I mean, I watched a little bit of it, but it was like, you know, uh, um, the Chargers would make a play, and then all of a sudden be like something crazy would happen, like
Yeah.
and then they score, and then they block the extra point and get a couple points there, and
And that was
then all of a
nuts.
sudden Chargers are throwing like an 80-yard touchdown pass, and then all of a sudden the Texans come right back and get an easy touchdown. It's ugh.
Yeah, I felt like the Chargers were building some momentum when they got that touchdown, and then the extra point gets blocked, and
Yeah.
Dicker, the kicker, bats it down.
He got rocked.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Texans pick it up, they run it back, they get 2 points, and that momentum that the Chargers were building suddenly out the window.
Yeah, because then it would have been, had they not scored that, it would have been a one score game still,
Yeah.
or would have been two.
Might have been eight or well, shoot.
I
I
think
don't
it
know.
still would have been. I think it would have been. What was it?
Because wasn't it 21,
So it would have been 21-13. So a score
21-12,
if
and
they
get
would
the
have.
extra point, you're only down one score.
Yes.
Now you block that, you're down two, and now you're still scrambling a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a bad, again, just a crazy way to end it.
And again, Herbert, not a good game. 4 interceptions. CJ Stroud looked like the CJ Stroud of last year. 282 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Houston looking good. They were I felt like they were kind of trending down, and the Chargers were trending up going into the playoffs. So I was a
And with
little,
all the injuries as well.
yeah,
The wide receivers are all hurt. So I figured that's probably why Chargers were favorites, just because of that. All those wide receivers being hurt.
And then last night, Ravens 28-14 winners over the Steelers. Um, Ravens playing without Zay Flowers. Uh,
They dominated.
they did, and Lamar looked pretty good. 81 yards rushing. Derrick Henry, 186 yards rushing. Pittsburgh defense just could not stop the run at all.
Yeah. Did you see like the interviews with some of the players?
Oh, the Steelers?
Yeah. They're asking
Yeah.
if this team's built to win, and then who was it? Watt was like, that's out of my pay grade or something like that. So just like deflecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of went to shambles about 3/4 of the way through the year.
Yeah, they lost their last 4 regular season games and then obviously lost their 5th in a row yesterday.
Mr. Unlimited was pretty limited.
The Ravens were the better team,
Yeah.
right? So no surprise there. And look, I mean, it's not a team I would want to face.
No.
And I think you really got to
Makes me
probably
nervous.
force Lamar to beat you with his arm every time. Just
Yeah.
take away Lamar's feet and try to take as best you can. take the running back out of it.
Henry.
Henry, thank you, Derek. Yeah.
What do you guys think? It sounds like everyone's kind of narrowing down the MVP now to Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Our boy Jared Goff seems to somehow been eliminated from the conversation. Where are you guys leaning? If it comes down to those two, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, um, where are you leaning?
I'd probably give it to Josh Allen. I think Goff should still be in the conversation,
I do
but
too.
um, I would probably lean Josh Allen just because he's been pretty dominant all year. Not a ton of weapons, and they just seem to win. They just keep winning games. So I would lean more towards Josh Allen.
Yeah. I'd stick with my pick, Lamar Jackson, baby. Better stats than he had last year when he won it.
Well, yeah, I guess, and again, it always comes down to how do you define most valuable player? If you're saying the best player in the NFL to win the award, I could maybe get on board with Lamar, but when it's most valuable player, I would say Josh Allen is the most valuable player on one of the best teams in the NFL. You take away Josh Allen, they're probably a two-win team. You take away Lamar Jackson, they still got some solid receivers. They still got Derrick Henry. They still got a pretty good defense. Um, Josh Allen just does not have the weapons that Lamar has, and that's why, in my opinion, if you're saying truly, if you're defining the award as
Well, are you defining
valuable,
it as most valuable
to,
to the NFL or the most valuable to their
well,
team?
yeah, yeah, again, it's all up for debate. I'm defining it as when I see most valuable, I think of,
Maybe he should just win the most valuable for the Bills, Kurt.
well, I don't think you'll find anyone that would give that award to anyone else. Uh, all right, later today, yet we got Packers and Eagles.
Mm,
Eagles are a 5.5 point favorite. Hurts is playing. Is that correct?
I would assume
I
so.
think it is.
Yeah,
And Jordan Love.
barring something before the game, he was going to play.
Jordan Love too.
I believe
Oh
so.
yeah, because he went out the
Yeah.
other last week, didn't he? That's a
Who
weird
do you
one.
like in that one?
I kind of want the Packers to win,
Oh, me too. But
but I don't think that's going to happen.
You guys are scared to play the Eagles.
Not scared. I would just prefer the Packers.
yes,
I don't know we've had two close ones with the Packers, haven't we? I
Yeah, that's all right.
think the Eagles are overrated. Bring 'em on.
yeah. And then tonight, Commanders, Buccaneers. Buccaneers are at home. 3 point favorite again. That's one of the two teams that defeated the Lions. Who do you guys like in that one?
Ooh, that could be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
Commanders.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Davis runs a little rampant on him, a little bit with his legs, and that's the deciding factor.
And the
yeah,
Buccaneers have kind of been like this all year.
true. Yeah, give me the Commanders as well.
Good.
I think they can handle some business.
Yep. All right, and then one last game tomorrow night. This one could determine who the Lions play if all the high seeds hold serve. The Lions would end up playing the Rams. Uh, right? Yes. Yes, the
Yeah.
Rams. If all the high seeds accept the Rams hold serve, then the Lions would play the Vikings. Minnesota is a 2.5 point favorite. The Rams have lost their home field advantage. That game, due to the fires out in LA, has been moved to Arizona. Who do you guys like in that game?
Ooh. I think since it moved locations, I'd probably have to go with Minnesota.
Okay.
I put no trust in Darnold, so I think we're just get him. Stafford has been amazing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, they're not a team that I want to see if I'm the Lions.
Yeah.
Um, but I think the Rams get them because I would put zero stake into Sam Darnold.
All right, and obviously the Lions 2-0 against the Vikings this year, 1-0 against the Rams. They did beat the Rams last year in the playoffs. as well. I'm pretty sure, though, when the Lions played the Rams earlier this season, was that the game Puka got hurt in?
Yes, and they didn't have a
Yes.
cup.
And it was early in the game.
Yeah, because then the Bears beat them that following week because
Yeah.
they didn't have anybody.
No, Cooper Cup was out. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Uh,
would be very worried to play in the Rams.
all right. Well, fellas, hey, like I said, actually, you know what? Let's do our top three first,
Okay.
before we get to the big announcement. So we're going top three all-time point guards. Trent,
Yep.
hit us with that wheel.
You got it.
This is professional, college. What do we got?
Well, this is actually best. So
Best.
not favorite, best. So who, if you think there's a college point guard that never played in the NBA that's better than all the guys that did play in the NBA, you're more than welcome to select him in this draft.
Kurt,
I'll go
first choice.
first.
And then myself.
What do you want? Third?
So, Kurt, you going first or you going third or second?
I'll go first.
Sure you will.
I'm going to go third.
Okay. Big
Ooh.
Mo, you're sandwiched between us. All right, I'm going to kick it right off with who I think is the best point guard of all time, and that is Isaiah Thomas, two-time NBA champion. I think he NCAA champion too, right?
I
Big
think so.
Mo? Yeah.
76?
Where'd he
Yeah.
go?
No, not 76. He didn't win it, did he? 86?
No, not 86. It was
When did Indiana win one
maybe
that?
he didn't. Well,
I don't think he.
he
I
wasn't
don't
on
think.
their undefeated team, was he?
Oh, man, we need a fact check on that one. Fact check.
Fact check. Trent, did you say where did he go to college?
Yeah.
Uh,
Indiana. What'd you say?
Indiana.
The Hoosiers.
Bob Knight.
Why would I Google Isaiah Thomas? Does the other Isaiah Thomas come up first?
Yeah,
How
The
ridiculous
left.
is that?
probably the better point guard, Kurt.
Oh, give me a break.
Oh.
That is sad. That's crazy.
World we live in, Kurt.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so he played at Indiana from 79 to 81. Was the 79 team the undefeated team?
No clue.
Yeah. Oh no. No, they weren't. But he did win it in 81. When they,
81.
yep. So he did win an NCAA championship, 1981 with Indiana. Two-time NBA champion. Would have won a gold medal, but was mysteriously left off the 92 Dream Team. So yeah, I'm going Isaiah Thomas with the number one pick in the point guard draft.
Number 2, I got it. My man, Michigan native, Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
Come on.
I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, easily. I mean, how you bypassed him, Kurt, I don't know. But,
Are you kidding me? You would take Magic over Isaiah?
oh, for the point guard?
Yeah.
Get out. Let me get out of the way and let's just run. Come
Yeah.
on. Get him in transition. I mean, he's a transition guy, Kurt.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I had to go with I mean, the Pistons are
You
my
just
favorite
went
team.
local. You went with Detroit guy.
Well, East Lansing's more local than Detroit.
Definitely is. It is.
All right, Trent, who do you got for your first pick and second pick?
I'm going to go with Steph Curry, best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
And then give me Allen Iverson.
Wow.
You know, I thought about both those guys, but like, are they obviously they're two of the best players ever. Great scorers. Obviously, like you said, Curry, best shooter of all time. I just don't know if I picture them as true point guards, though.
Well, Kurt, they bring the ball up the floor. So I'm going to call them point guards.
They are point two guards.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. I don't think Allen Iverson necessarily played in an era that we have now where it's almost positionless. But anyway, Good point. They bring the ball up the court.
I don't know if he bring it up all the time. He just didn't guard the other point guard.
Who?
He
AI?
didn't guard anybody.
AI. I
Well,
felt like
Eric
Eric
Snow.
Snow played a lot of point guard for him, but hey,
Yeah.
we regress.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
I didn't not pick them because I didn't think they were point guards. I'm just saying in my mind, I'm thinking, are they point guards? Yeah. But
probably no better competitor than Allen Iverson in the NBA. Second pick, I'm taking the assist leader. Probably a record that will never be broken, I would think, and that is John Stockton,
good
a
one.
competitor in his own right.
Yes. Yep. Very good. Very good uh choice there, Big Mo.
Yep.
All right, I got two now. Um, gosh dang it all.
Uh-oh.
It's getting tough now. I think you get rid of in my mind, you get rid of Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, and Magic Johnson. And I'm thinking too, Meyer, obviously, like there's guys out there like Bob Cousy. I never saw him play, obviously. I'm gonna go Jason Kidd, co-rookie of the year, with the great Grant Hill, who I think Grant Hill would have been a top five player of all time had he not had the injuries. So I'm gonna go Jason Kidd with my to kick off the third round. And then oh, this is getting tough, guys.
Wow.
I think with my to kick off the third round, I'm gonna go, and I'm sure the comments aren't gonna like this. I don't know how confident I am in this pick. I'm not a fan of this player, but he did win the MVP twice. Steve Nash.
You don't like Steve Nash?
Yeah.
No, I never. I mean, I don't. Not, I'm just not a fan. Never was a big fan of him. I was a big fan of the other guys I mentioned.
Did he
Big
ever
team guy.
he win a championship?
I don't
Mm,
I
think he
think so,
did.
right?
Oh.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Um, man, there's got to
Who
be some
who
guys I'm missing. Big Mo, who
who
you
was
got?
your second pick, Kurt?
Jason Kidd.
Okay. Hmm. 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 This does get a little tough there. I
It
think I'm
does.
gonna go. I think I'm gonna. I mean, I've got the two best point guards already on my team. Um,
Wait, who's your second one again?
Stockton.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come
Okay.
on.
You would take Stockton over Isaiah Thomas, honestly.
Ooh, Kurt. I mean, point guard, pass first.
I went the opposite.
Man. Oh. Looking down my list here of my names I got. You know what? It's hard because I'm probably not going new school enough. And I think I'm gonna go Chauncey Billups just to give myself a little bit of Detroit bad boy
Yeah.
love. Winner,
Yep.
competitor, big shot maker,
Yes.
big time shot maker.
NBA champion.
NBA champ.
All right, Trent.
Oh. Can I go by like a time period that they played?
What do you mean?
Well, he was like really good for a little while and then injury and then not as good.
Yeah, you can go with whoever you want.
Yeah.
Give me prime Derrick Rose.
Oh, good one.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
When
that is a
he's
good one.
before the ACL injuries, he
Yep,
was pretty much dominant.
Yes.
he was. He was. Little
So
MVP winner.
yeah, I think he won MVP as a rookie, didn't he?
That does sound familiar. I will say, being the best of all time, you got to find a way to stay healthy.
Yeah,
But he was probably the best player in the league at that time when he was healthy.
Yeah.
And if that was his rookie year, even more so. Wow.
Not that he necessarily was as good as Derrick Rose before he got hurt, but another guy who I think would have been an all-time great if not for injuries, point guard Anthony Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other ones you guys had? This guy's nowhere near one of the best, but I was always more so in college, just a huge fan of Kenny Anderson.
Oh yeah, that's
Henry
solid
Anderson.
score.
Yeah,
That's what about Bobby Hurley?
yeah. I mean,
Had
obviously didn't
one
make
hell
it.
of a run in the college ranks.
Yeah. And, well, if you're talking college point guards, you got Mateen Cleaves in there too.
True, true. Tony Parker.
Yeah, I had him as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a tough decision there. Winner.
Yep.
Is
I'm
Gary
surprised.
Payton a one?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, how did we forget Gary Payton?
I think that
Gary
that would
Payne
have been
was
my.
probably next on my list. I
I would have
prefer
taken if I would have taken Gary Payton over Steve Nash for sure.
Kurt.
And the
Steve
other
Nash
one I
had
had
two
was
MVPs, man.
Yeah, I know.
the other one I had was Jason Williams, White Chocolate.
So,
Oh, probably one of the
so
most fun basketball players ever to watch.
Yeah, yeah, not the best, but he was very entertaining.
Oh, when I was in college, again, this is before, um, really like, I mean, the internet was out, but you couldn't just, there was no YouTube. And one of my friends had a VHS tape of Jason Williams highlights, and we would just watch that thing over and over and over. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, the elbow pass. Like the vision is crazy.
Yeah.
how
Uh,
about Mark? How about Mark Jackson?
yeah. How about Mark Price?
Mark Price.
How about Rod Strickland?
Baron Davis had like a good 3 or 4 year run where he was really tough. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was another one that had injuries, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Steve Francis?
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Steve Francis was good for a little while too.
He was a leaper too.
What is Stephon Marbury a one?
Yes, there's another good one.
He was good because then he came out with his shoes that would help like lower income families.
Yeah, they were like $15. They
They're
were
like
like
$15. Yeah,
they looked like Air Force Ones, but they were called Starburys.
the Starberry
What was the store they were sold at?
Dunham's.
Well, there
No,
was like a
there was yeah, what was
out in the
that?
mall. Out in the mall
Yeah.
here, we had one here.
Yeah, what was that store?
Oh,
Had a bunch of Michigan stuff too.
it was like cheap gear,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
less expensive gear. What was that place called?
Wasn't it like something and something? Wasn't it like two words?
Yeah, maybe like a not a yes, it was.
Oh, those are ugly.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
$15.
I thought they looked better. Those are bad.
uh,
Stephen Barry's.
Stephen
Stephen
Barry's.
Berries.
That's
Yes,
what. Yep.
Stephen Berries.
Stephen Barry's selling the Starberries.
Starberries.
Any other point guards we're missing? Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, I debated Kyrie, but he's kind of meh.
He, yeah, I mean the
Like skill
potential.
wise, I think he's there, but I don't know. He's not like the leader, point guard leader type.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook,
Yeah, triple double.
Triple double king right there.
Chris Paul.
Not a fan,
Yeah, I was gonna
Not a
say,
fan, but
but
he had a
he
pretty
is.
dang
Yeah,
good career.
yeah. Because and early on he was blessed with some very athletic bigs.
Yeah,
Because didn't he have Amari Stoudemire for a while,
yeah.
or
Which
Dwight Howard? Both. I think he had both, didn't he? Or
what
no?
what team was that? I
that the
mean,
Suns or
obviously
the Nets.
he had Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan when he was with the Clippers.
Was he with the Clippers for almost the whole time
Oh,
until the last 2 years here?
Well, he's on the Hornets. Oh, he had Tyson Chandler.
okay.
Chris Paul, the Hornets. Huh.
But
Did he?
yeah, Chris Paul. I think he could throw him in there. I just know I don't think he's ever won. Has he been to a finals?
No, I don't think so. That's the knock on him.
Yeah, like AI. He hasn't. He didn't win, did he?
No, but he went to one, and he
He went to
never
the
really
final,
had much talent around him.
and then D Rose kind of dwindled out in the prime, but his prime was so good.
And what
Yeah,
was
it's tough.
AI went to the finals against the Lakers, right?
Yeah, I think it was
He bailed.
01 or 03 or 02. How about Muggsy Bogues?
Was that the little guy?
5'3",
Who'd he play for?
5'3".
Who'd
Ton
he
of
play?
assists, ton of assists. Not a big scorer, double
Who'd he play
digits.
for?
Charlotte Hornets was his main team.
Hornets.
Yeah, played with Lane
Average
Johnson.
point guard, average point guard.
Yeah. A lot of
But
steals.
amazing that he did it at 5'3"
Yeah,
in the NBA.
played on arguably what I think is known as the best high school basketball team ever in Baltimore. On his
Dunbar?
team was what's that?
Was it Dunbar?
Dunbar. Reggie Lewis was on that team. David Wingate, Muggsy Bogues. So three NBA guys. Was there a fourth? I think
Wasn't there a fourth big guy?
an NBA guy. I'm not sure, but definitely those three. I mean, three NBA guys. Um,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Now there was a Detroit Southwestern team that had three NBA guys on it too. Jalen Rose, Vashawn Leonard, and Howard Eisley. That's got to be one of the best high school teams ever too.
You see that Orchard Lake St. Mary's played IMG at Oakland this past week?
Yeah, who won?
I believe IMG.
Okay.
Semi close.
Yeah. McKinney played pretty well, I think, but then the IMG as a kid going to Arkansas who had like 30 something.
Jeez.
Yeah. McKinney had like 36 though, 29 in the first half.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's going to Michigan, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't play. Orchard played at Kentwood Saturday, but he did not suit up.
Oh, you know why?
I don't. Mm-mm.
That's weird.
Also, also at Kentwood, Muskegon lost to Brother Rice.
Who's pretty solid, I think.
Yeah.
Not that Muskegon's not. Muskegon's really good too right now.
Yeah, I mean, some rankings have Muskegon ranked number one. A little local high school basketball talk there for
There you
you
go. Sorry,
guys.
yeah, got off topic there.
All right. Hey, like I said, got a kind of cool announcement. You guys are you guys aware of this referee who's gone viral on social media? He's got a big following, great videos, Ref Rob.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
Yep,
aware of him?
follow him on social media.
Yes. So he's got some great. He's we'll find out more about him because we're doing an interview with him tonight. Doing an interview with him tonight. So putting that out later in the week. Look forward to that. His videos, he's mic'd up, and most of his videos are during like AAU or like adult rec league. I know we'll find out more of what he officiates, but I know he does high school and college. I'm guessing he probably isn't allowed to maybe get mic'd up during those games, which is probably why most of his content is him reffing AAU and men's adult rec leagues. Um, but I mean, phenomenal. How I love how he doesn't take any crap from anybody. I love how he interacts with the coaches and the players. Um, Big Mo, did you see the one where he's arguing with a coach about a travel call?
You're on the ground, it's not a travel. It's not a travel when you're on the ground.
You rolled over, then called a timeout.
You can roll over on the ground all you want
No,
to.
you can't.
You want to bet? Go get you a book and see what it says. They need a rule book.
So you can tell what must have happened is the player had the ball, fell down on the ground, or slid, or rolled over, and Ref Rob did not call a travel. And I know from coaching with you that that you knew that rule, and we had officials that would call a travel on that.
Well, Kurt, I think it depends. You should expand on that because I know that is clip to the top of his social media. Um, have him maybe explain exactly what the call was because you can't turn over once you have possession. So if he's on his back and he now gain and you they deem you possession of the ball, you can no longer flip.
Oh, are you sure?
You
Okay.
can slide. You can
Yeah.
slide,
Yes.
and obviously if you don't have possession, legal possession, you could probably roll.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll be interested to see if you dig into that call a little bit and see, because I don't believe if I am on my back, I cannot roll onto my stomach, or if I'm on my stomach, I cannot roll onto my back if I'm
Okay.
deemed to have possession.
Okay.
That's what I always thought as
But you
well.
can't slide. Like right now, I would say my last few years of high school, everybody in the crowd would want travels when people slide on the ground.
Right.
There is no possession there yet, and I think they did change that rule 5, 10 years ago, where the sliding is different now.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sure when they changed it exactly, but I believe, and maybe he can clarify so we all know. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it changes from high school to college
Okay.
exactly, but I'm almost positive if you have possession, you can no longer
Roll.
flip or roll.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel calls, Big Mo,
Yeah.
a little birdie told me that at your game on Wednesday, again, Big Mo's an assistant coach, and a little birdie told me that there maybe was a missed travel call in your game on Wednesday night. I think it sounds like you maybe thought there was a travel. You expressed your opinion on the play to the official, and the official rewarded you with a technical foul.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's called reward or not, but um, I definitely displayed my displeasure uh, with my voice
With your voice.
about missing that call. And I will say, I mean, Kurt, we've had conversations. I think officiating it probably is one of the hardest things to do. And I can only imagine as you move up levels, the speed of those decisions get tougher and tougher. Um, and so I have a ton of respect for officials. Um, I would just, a travel call is a 50-50 call sometimes. Sometimes it is tough to tell. Um, this one I was pretty sure was a travel, and I was not happy that it was not called. And was rewarded a gift wrapped technical, exactly. Um, but
Uh,
I apologize at halftime. That's not my place to maybe voice that much of an opinion as an assistant. Leave that to the head guy. Um, but obviously working together for a long time, Kurt, I'm not one to shy away from a technical either. So
no, no, you're certainly not. Very entertaining to watch Big Mo on the sidelines as a head coach. Like I said, very rare that you see an assistant coach get a technical foul, and maybe that's why he teed you up because he didn't want to hear from an assistant. I don't know.
most of the time, probably. No
Trent,
harm,
you
no
spent
foul. No harm, no foul. The guy missed the player missed both free throws.
ball online.
Ball don't
Forgive,
lie.
forgive and forget. Forgive and forget.
Trent, you've spent some time now as an assistant coach. Uh, how do you are you able to keep your mouth zipped? I know it's not easy. I spent many years as an assistant as well. It's not easy to keep your mouth shut.
It's not. And I think it's been a focus of mine the last 2 years to not just don't say anything. I just try not to because it just doesn't help especially in high school.
Yeah.
They don't help. Like the college refs, they'll like forget about it and still ref the game how it's supposed to be refed. And I feel like in high school, it just turns the other way. I feel like they get butt hurt and then it just flips on you, and the game is called differently after some of those plays. So I have been trying my best to not express my feelings as much on the
All right.
bench.
Well, all right. Well, hey, we will look forward to this interview with Ref Rob. Again, if you're not sure who we're talking about, look him up on social media. I know he's got a big presence on Instagram. Rob Wan is his name. And really, really looking forward to that interview. He's an entertaining guy. It's going to be a lot of fun. That should be out later this week. And we'll see all of you guys back for the podcast again on Wednesday.